Well, hello again, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are once again in the Cardboard Crawler's garage. As always, we really appreciate you tuning in, and today we are working once again on the FJ45. Maz Designs carbon cheat code underneath with a Fury Tech micro Komodo setup. And right there, it has a set of wheels and tires on it that aren't going to be permanently on it. So I'm actually twofold reasons I'm taking them off. I'm taking them off so I can put other tires and wheels back on it. But before that happens, I need to set up my double magnet mount in the rear and get a plate attached to that bed cover. I don't think it's going to be my permanent setup, but this is going to be my temporary running setup with that bed cover on it. And I also need to change out the shocks on this rig. It has really soft, the softest springs, the black, really tiny springs that come with the Endura 39 millimeter oil shocks, and I need to set it. I have another set that I have built up right here sitting on the bench of the same exact shock, same color, with the firmer chromoly springs, or the I guess chrome plated, the silver springs from the same set. And I like I said, I have another set built up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take these off one at a time, swap them out real quick, and then I'll do the springs on these later to set them up for a different rig. But as it is, I have the oil in the other ones the way that I think everything's set up the way that it needs to be set up. So I'm going to go ahead and just swap these out, because part of changing out the magnet mount, which I'm getting ready to do here, I have to undo these rear shocks anyway. So let's, kill two birds with one stone, so to speak, and go ahead and remove. Once we have those shocks undone on top, it's only one extra screw to take them out. I've been wanting to swap these out for a few days now. Like I said, let's just do it all at once. You can see the magnet mount down there below me. I already have it built with the magnets glued in. I did that earlier in the day, and so they're not permy set, but they're good enough to start working with. There's no it's Shugu. It sets up real fast within a few minutes, and then it just takes a day for it to really dry in the way you want it to. And Shugu, it's kind of has a little bit of give to it, so that's why we like to use it. It's a little rubbery. It's kind of a rubbery cement. Doesn't have that snapping fragility that super glue does, and it has a little bit of volume too, so it fills a gap. So set that in there. It is a Maz designed double magnet. I don't believe that the newer version 2 comes with these double magnets, but I have a few 2 or 3 version 1s, and so I have a couple of those double magnets sitting around. And then we'll undo the bottom shock mount here, and these are Endura shocks with a thin washer at the bottom and a thick washer at the top, and a short screw at the bottom and a long screw at the top. And I am going to reposition them exactly in the same spot, because I feel like I had a little bit of saggy ride height from these springs set up. Probably don't have very much oil in these shocks. Very first set I built. Not that they take very much, but yeah. So I got the other ones sitting around, ready to go. Put that one off to the side. Obviously, they have different colored springs on them. Boom, boom, like those. And yeah, let's just install them. Easy enough. I'm just putting them, we forget, right? Sometimes, if you're new to the hobby, what you're doing here is taking out an old part and putting in exactly the same new part, or one with the same specifications, screw in, screw out. So it can be very easy if you kind of understand simple mechanics of leverage and torque and placement of parts. You're just learning as you go. So get out there and build a truck, people. Like I always say, do something, And I know that my wiring's not perfect on this rig, but I just kind of have things I put a piece of shrink wrap on the receiver and the little ESC as well, and I just haven't got to the point where I've done my wires yet. So working on it, but yeah, it's still tidied up and a little bit better, and so yeah, just adjust the mount there to get the screw going, get it lined up, and it's driving in now, and she'll be set here in just a moment. I did put another set of wheels on the C10 there in the background, just checking out a different tire size. I'm 99.99.9999% positive it's the purple wheel in the front right there with the MT. Yep. So ATMT. I'm not sure. It's a tire from last year that I really liked. I had a couple of sets of them. They ended up going on different trucks that have left my possession, and I just like them. They really need to wear in. They need like almost a month of wear in on some rocks, and then they really start to get more. The traction really improves. But I'm thinking about putting a FuriTech ESC in the C10, run it on brushed with a set of those tires and see how I like it. That rig's probably getting a Maz chassis too, so it's just all, it's all in flux. The garage is in flux. I have rigs that are running. The 2 Maz buggies are up and running. The black buggy doesn't have wheels and tires on it right now, but there's obviously wheels and tires laying around. I'm switching some out onto this right now. These were on the black buggy. They're going on this for now. And I think the black buggy's going back to black wheels. I'm not sure though. I have a full set of purples. I have 2 sets of purples, people. So we'll see. And you just check your lash right there, make sure everything's tight and right. Looks good to me. Happy with it. It's a weird little fit on this truck to get it to go down, but it's all good. And then this is made in the USA razor blade, and what I'm using is just that outer piece that's outside the cardboard, the safety bar on it. I cut the blade out. I just break it and pull it out, and all the pieces come out. And then I snip the ends off and grind them a little bit with the file, handy as always. And I make a little piece of metal that exactly fits across the rear bracket right there that has the 2 magnets on it. You can do it with a single magnet or double. I find the double obviously to be better. And when I do it this way, I do not oppose my magnets. I keep them at the same polarity because it would not work. If you're going magnet to magnet, you can reverse the polarities of your right and left magnet, and then you get a much stronger, like a shearing connection. But this, the way that I do it, I just have the 2 magnets same polarity, so they attract the metal to them. I line it up. I get a little bit of shoe goo on there, and you can see I got a little bit on there, and I'm just using the end of a tool to dab it on and make sure that it's, I don't want a lot on there. I just, man, that's it. Put my cap back on. I'm going to set the rear bed without adhesive to the truck right now. Right? I'm just setting it into place, and I'm going to pull the truck body up to it and hold it in place for, I think I end up holding it in place for a couple of minutes right here, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then boom, I just go ahead and let it go. So the springs gave me a much better ride height. It looks great. Cardboard crawler's out.